Hey traders, it's Will. Something wild is happening with BigBear.AI today. It's up 8% today, but I have a twist on it that you don't want to miss. And what if I told you that there's a way to get Stockmate for free if Big Bear doesn't hold the line? That's right. Are you curious? Stick around. I'll show you guys in this video. I'm going to break down exactly how you can take advantage of this unique opportunity. When it comes down to the moves on Big Bear, we can adjust and see that it is absolutely swinging today, up about 7.75%. So we entered a small position outside of our Schwab portfolio, but here on Robinhood, it's a smaller trade and we're up about $130 here today. And we just wrapped up our live trading in Stockmate. We were looking at most of the trades we made. We bought AMD stock when it was down. Actually, AMDL, we ended up buying it when it was down about 5.5%. So it dipped and now we're up about 2% on that position. Portfolio is up about 3%. But one thing to consider, SPY is still down about 0.3% so far today. So the market, a little bit of a sell-off there. But Big Bear leading the way, up 8% today. So this is actually quite convenient because when it comes down to the analysis of the company, there's three things we look at. And the second thing that we look at, not the first, but the second thing is the analysis of the chart, of the financials, the news. And this chart, just jumping to the chart here, is holding so true to pattern. You can start to see this consistent uptrend really start back in April, mid-April, and it's had its swings, but very consistently holding this rising support level. See this rising support. And then this morning, when it sold down pre-market here around 5:30 a.m. Pacific time, by the time we started our session at 6:30 this morning, it was already getting momentum and it started to push up. It's still pushing up into that $4.15 to $4.25 price point. So breaking above this previous resistance that was acting as a support. So really showing signs of some bullish momentum. This is a level at which it struggled to break out after hours yesterday and into pre-market, but then shot up above it just recently. So it's possible that we see it sell down even to $4 before continuing the run. But what I do see is this momentum, this overall momentum with Big Bear. Market cap's been building. We've seen it swing from this $2.90 range up to this $4.80 range recently, and now continuing some of that momentum with the break above the 200-day moving average once again. So again, RSI, MACD looking a little overbought, but the market that they're in and the momentum that they're seeing really is driving some momentum. Part of it is their market. They're in AI defense. We just did a video yesterday on the top 5 AI and defense companies, and Big Bear was sitting there at number 1. They are increasing their revenues. They have partnerships with Homeland Security, with Border Patrol, with travel and trade. You got them working with Denver International Airport, Heathrow, a lot of other airports now. And they have their facial scanning software that's been really innovative, right? We know that they are one of the companies that is building out infrastructure similar to Palantir. In fact, they're partnered with Palantir. But when you look at some of the travel and trade, when we're looking at a growing market, billions of dollars and continued investment from governments into cybersecurity and AI technology, Big Bear AI is not just in the software side, but in the hardware side. So they have these TSA things. And when we're looking at a market, there's two things that very simply are going to be the indicators for whether or not we find a market to be a good investment. And the first indicator is the growth, the profits, the financials, and how much leverage we're seeing and how much potential of the market it's hitting from a financial perspective. But then the second thing is looking at the usage. And you can validate a market almost in a couple minutes or seconds just by asking the question, is it actually being used? You could do the same thing with NFTs at the time to validate it's not a good market. You could do the same thing with the internet during the late 90s to validate that it was a market. You could do the same thing with cryptocurrency right now, that I could validate it is a real market trend with crypto or Bitcoin, for example. Whoever is still saying it's a fad, they're just not realizing it's actual market. Why do I know? Well, Warren Buffett says if it changes the way that you chew gum, that's the only investment that he sees as good. So, what companies are changing the way people chew gum? Well, for example, crypto or investments. Some people, the way they buy gum could change. I just paid one of our team members that lives in Argentina, is actually working in our customer service. His name's Alan, for Stockmate, and he just he accepts payment via crypto, and that's totally fine. And I know that he might pay for crypto that way. Same thing with Big Bear. When I'm going through here, how did it change the way that I'm living on a first-hand basis? They say, hey, hold still, please, sir. We're going to scan your face. And they, at the plane, when I'm getting on the plane, they do this whole scan on the scanner thing. They scan my face, and it changes the way that I chew gum. So the market's growing, the financials have looked better, and their net income really improved in this last quarter. You can actually take a look at that. So BBAI's net income did see an increase there. It's up 51% year over year. They did miss revenue, citing that it's possible. They actually cited that not all their contracts were hitting their account yet, but that they were expecting them, and that's why their revenue was down just a tad there. But net income improving, market cap building, and the market's validation really starting to shine through. So then you get into the recent moves. With this big push up here, it's possible we get a pullback here in the near term throughout the day before a continuation, maybe even as low as $4, or a very conservative retest of this support once again. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we start to see it validate this rising support for a half a day and then push back down and revalidate before making a move. But it's already making a move right now. It's rallying right now. And so the question here is, can it hold above this $4.15 range? Because this is that level at which there's a pretty strong resistance there. Resistance here on the 22nd of May, and then into May 28th. So 2 days ago was a support, and it just jumped above that level again. So now we're saying, okay, that $4.15 range can act as a support there. If it does, we're looking at more margin for profit here. We're in our position again up about $140 profit, but we're looking for this swing. It's a 10 to 20% increase, which would put us, back up into this $500 profit on this trade. Now our long-term positions have an average purchase price of about $2.80. We started covering it back here in November in 2024 when it was just around $1 a share. Started shooting up through December. By the end of December, it even reached $4, really the price point it's at right now. Pulled back down and built market cap before really surging right there in February up to about $10.36. Then in a normal correction, it corrected a lot more than what people expected, because right then and there, that's when the market started to correct. This was after some of that post-election hype. Whole market started to correct along with Big Bear correcting. Saw a pretty big correction down to that $2.40 range and still held. So again, from about February all the way until April, it was selling off. Found that support at that $2.36, so we still held on to our long-term positions at that 280 in our Schwab portfolio. But then we start to see, the increases here in Big Bear, and this is the trend that we've been playing on a consistent basis. So now with this new move that we see happen today and starting to validate this rising support, we're saying, great, if it holds above this $4.10, $4.15 range, we're in a great position to see it continue its rally. Otherwise, the conservative approach would be a break below here. So we're in a position, we're in the profit, and we'll just simply monitor this throughout the day. And again, I have a new proposal for you guys. This is one that's a little different. Normally, when I've done this in the past, it has come as a result of us being able to put in call options, and the call options allow me to offer sales for you. This is a little bit different because I already have positions in Big Bear, but what I'm offering now is that I'm so confident that Big Bear will continue to gain momentum at this moment and will continue to build their market cap, that I'm willing to offer something pretty special here. You see, if BigBear.AI is below $3.50, then you get Stockmate for free. So if you've ever wanted to tune in to our daily live sessions, if BigBear.AI is below $3.50 by June 20th, that is the next target. So 20 days from now, if you're in it right now and you're investing in it, awesome. It continues up, and that's what I'm expecting as an investor. But hey, if it continues up, great. You make money and you get to be in our daily live trading. You get access to Stockmate and all the resources that come along with being surrounded with like-minded investors and traders and joining us in our daily live trading sessions and seeing our entries and our exits every day. And you get to make money on Big Bear. But if Big Bear goes below $3.50 but as an expiration of June 20th, then if you enrolled in Stockmate with this current sale here, then you get Stockmate for free if by June 20th, BigBear.AI closes below $3.50. So you might say, Will, I think it's going to go up. Great. That means you're going to continue to make money and get the daily live trading. If you say, Will, it's not going to below, or it might go below $3.50, it might correct, but I'm still in it for the long term. Well, great. You get Stockmate for free and you get to hold your long-term position. So that is our current sale. Restrictions apply, terms apply, so make sure to check the link in the second link in the description. Go to Stockmate and the terms are there on the page. And then this only applies for lifetime access. So if you apply this code down below in the second link and it's not lifetime access, won't apply. But if you're in lifetime access and it closes below $3.50 by June 20th, you get it for free. Okay, you understand. All right. BigBear.AI is one we'll be watching here in the near term. On top of the gains that we've seen here, one thing to consider is we also have the virtual stock trading system. So we just did a full how to start investing if you're just starting with $500 less or more, really for anybody. But it's the first link in the description. If you guys want the full system of Stockmates and you want to get it as a bonus along with our new Mercadus software here. So Mercadus is right here. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Look at that. Oh, we have our new login page. And this is an app that is based on predictive analysis for stocks, along with interactive market networks where you can find exploding emerging markets in 3D before anyone else. So whether it's defense, space tech, quantum computing markets, maybe it's nuclear, those markets are emerging and there's different connections that are happening. And if you could visualize them, you'd save so much time. So what do you get with Mercadus? You get beta access to this. This is the same type of tools and the same type of development that's being developed by institutional grade institutions like BlackRock, State Street, Goldman Sachs. But I can tell you from our team here at Mercadus and what we're working on, it is next level. And if you want to be a part of it and get beta access, it's the first link in the description. Check it out. There's a bonus there where you get a one-on-one call with me. So again, the first link down below for the virtual stock trading system. So go check it out. It's that free class there in the first link below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know your thoughts on Big Bear. We're up in the green today, and we'll see if it continues this move up into that $4.50 range. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.